Hey, what's up, Liberty lovers? It's Liberty Louie. I'm back in at it again. I gotta go on tonight. I gotta get some shit out. I gotta let you know what's up. We've all known for a little over a week now that Antifa, antifascista, yeah, those little commie hooded little bastards, Cobra Commander, those guys. Yeah, we gotta talk about those guys because a lot of people like to throw them under the rug, and they like to think that these little genderqueer and tolerant and loving and accepting and anti-fascist, like they're actually out there fighting and they're actually anti-fascist. No, sorry, they are the epitome of fascists. So that being said, over the past year during the election from a year ago up until now, we've seen what they've been up to. We've been there. I've been on the front lines. I've been there. I've been assaulted. I've been water bottles thrown at me. These people are insane. They're the ones out there preaching tolerance. I know you've heard their chants and their slogans, no Trump, no hate, no KKK, no fascist USA, no Trump. I know you've heard this. We've all heard this. In fact, though, we know what their real motives are. We know that they're full of it. They're so full of it that their eyes are brown. It's coming out of their ears. That's how full of it these people are. They are violent. They promote political violence. They are, in fact, a domestic terrorist group. That is who they are. Don't get it twisted, people. That is who Antifa is. We know that George Soros is heavily funding these people. MoveOn.org, George Soros, and now it turns out that there's actually a Hillary Clinton PAC funding these guys. Hillary Clinton, George Soros, Barack Obama, all of these people are heavily involved in this Antifa movement. This Antifa movement, it's not something that we should just shove under the rug and forget about. These people mean business. And just a few days ago, they actually shut down an interstate. I believe it was in California. I'm going to have to double check that. Fact check me, guys. But they shut down an interstate, holding up signs saying it begins November 4th. Now, that being said, this is another typical protest from the left, right? From the lefties out there, the Democrats, the liberals, and the antifascista. Yes, the anti-fascists. They typically like to shut down highways. So, thinking that you're going to shut down other people's freedom of movement and freedom of travel is going to get your point across. Yeah, good luck. So the other day, they actually shut down the interstate, holding up signs saying it begins November 4th. They're passing around flyers right now saying it begins November 4th. These flyers are saying, this nightmare must end. The Trump-Pence regime must go. Say no. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. A special pamphlet from refusefascism.org, which is their website, guys, don't get it twisted. They make it sound cute and cuddly like we're resisting fascism. A special pamphlet from refusefascism.org, the crimes of the Trump and Pence regime and how to be a part of driving them from power. Doesn't it sound cute and cuddly like they're doing the right thing? Yeah, no. We've seen what you've been doing over the past year. I've been there on the grounds. My friends have been there. I've seen what you've done to my friends. I've seen what you've done to me. I've seen what you've done to women out there, pepper spraying an innocent woman for wearing a MAGA hat, beating up innocent Trump supporters, chasing them down, pulling them out of their cars, dragging them out, beating them up, stabbing them with ice picks, pepper spraying them in the face, breaking bottles over their face, throwing M80s at us, beating us with sticks. These people are not anti-fascist. They are the fascists. We've been trying to have peaceful, and I repeat, peaceful speeches. They shut us down. They're not out there helping humanity. They're not out there promoting the freedom of speech and freedom of assembly. They're shutting us down. Not only that, they go out in their little hoods and they go out and destroy private businesses, private companies that have nothing to do with anything you and I or them are involved in. They destroy them. Completely destroying private property. So not only are they destroying private property, they're shutting down people's voice, opinions, and the right to assemble. Because, they're hateful Nazis. Yeah, that's right. The gay, Jewish, white, male Milo Yiannopoulos is not allowed to speak because he's a Nazi. Anybody right of center now, you are a Nazi, according to Antifascista. Antifa. I call them the hooded commie little bastards because that's who they are. They are openly promoting, even on their website, stopfascism.org. Go to it right now, guys. Go check it out. They are promoting open civil war. They've kind of toned it down in the past couple of days because people like me have been calling them out on it, but don't get it twisted. They still want to go cause violence. That's what they do. That is exactly what they do. November 4th, it begins, ... This nightmare must end. The Trump-Pence regime must go. Oh, my God. They're so concerned about some kind of Orwellian dictatorship. Where the hell have they been for the past 16 years with Barack Obama and George Bush? Good God. No, but they're openly promoting a civil war now, ladies and gentlemen. They were shutting down an interstate the other day, saying it begins November 4th. That's what they're saying. They're really calling this out. To overthrow the government. You go to their website, you can actually see them for yourself saying, we need to kill senators, judges, police officers, and conservatives and white males. God, they're openly saying they want to do said things, and it begins November 4th. Remember the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November. I know we've all seen, the V for Vendetta, right? They're totally hijacking that movie and Guy Fawkes mask. And Anonymous. Apparently Anonymous is okay with Antifa taking this over. This is crazy. Don't take this as a joke. Do you guys remember back in March when Logan and I went on live and we were saying, George Soros and MoveOn.org, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, John Podesta, all these fools who are definitely in bed together, don't get it wrong. Do you remember when we were talking about the leftist summer of rage that was planned? Look what happened, guys. We had I guess you can call it a false flag in Charlottesville. We were set up. The Patriot Movement, the Liberty Movement, we were set up. The organizer of the Charlottesville Unite the Right event, the organizer of that event is actually an occupied Democrat. He worked on the Barack Obama campaign, okay? We were set up. That summer of rage did happen. We were right. And Heather Heyer or whatever, she didn't actually die from impact from that car. I will repeat that one more time live right now. She was never actually impacted by the hit on that car. She died from a heart attack outside of that crowd. So don't let the mainstream media continue to feed you this crap saying that all the Nazis got one. There's a big uprising of Nazis. No. And those fools carrying tiki torches, God, really? Let's be honest here. The federal government has secret little clubs that like to carry tiki torches, and they like to burn a sacrificial lamb to a big giant owl. The media doesn't talk about that, right? That's called Bohemian Grove. I'm not going to go all Alex Jones on you with that, but that tiki torch shit was crap. Anywho, we have Antifa out there declaring they want to start a civil war on the 4th of November. I'm not myself buying this, okay? I think that date is a distraction. I think that they're planning it either earlier or after. They want us to focus on that day so that we're off guard. So I would like to remind my fellow patriots and my fellow friends out there in the Liberty Movement watching right now, just keep your head on a swivel. Yes, we will look forward to that day, but keep your heads, stand firm, stand strong, and stick together, because these guys, we know how they act. They're freaking crazy. They're off their fucking rocker. Excuse my language, okay? But this is the fact of the matter, okay? There are commies in our schools. There are commies in the military. There's commies in our government. And they're getting stronger, and they think that they can just keep uncloaking themselves and just coming out, and they're being emboldened by the mainstream media. The mainstream media is, in fact, protecting them, okay? You guys, I guarantee you, anybody watching right now that has anything to do with the Liberty Movement, they know who you are. You post anything on Facebook, they know who you are. And you've probably already been doxxed in some certain way or fact or form. Just be prepared. Be prepared. I'm not saying go out there and strap yourselves to the T, but you should already be prepared, because these mother effers mean business. They're not only just saying, they are getting prepared for it. So I don't know if you guys know who Steven Crowder is. He's a conservative comedian who's actually quite hilarious. But he actually just pulled another Shane O'Keefe from Project Veritas. You know, that guy that went undercover and got CNN to admit that the Russiagate thing was a nothing burger. Yeah. Steven Crowder just pulled the same thing. He sent his reporters in undercover to get with Antifa. You guys got to see this. I'm going to go ahead and share the link for the Crowder thing right now. You guys, if you don't see it right now, watch it after this broadcast because you have to see this. I'm going to share it right now. What's up, Van? We got Liberty Hangout in the house. Yeah. Antifa means freaking business, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Watch it now and turn my crap lousy face off. That's fine, but watch it. Steven Crowder has delivered once again, okay? He got his not gay Jared or whatever his name is to go in and pose as an Antifa member. So now Antifa has gone to the steps of using the code names, and they're using super secret apps, messaging apps. They're vetting people now because they know they're getting discovered. If you go watch this, go watch the footage for yourself. I'm not going to go too far into Steven Crowder and take away from him. You got to see it. Liberty Smokeout. Van, I'd like to meet you someday, man. Yeah. Anywho, I digress. Steven Crowder, louder with Crowder, got the underground investigation. They got in with Antifa. We got actual Antifa members using code names like Honeybee, Firefox, and Xavius. Yeah, they're using these code names because they're scared, you know, the federal government is onto them, and so are we. The Liberty Movement, the Patriot, we're onto you. You are violent sons of you-know-what. And, yeah, Steven Crowder actually got the footage of them admitting. So this guy calls himself Will. He says, I have a toolbox full of shit. And he's offering an assault rifle and a sawed-off shotgun. Hands the guy an ice pick. This is what Antifa is up to. I've been to these events. I'm sure Van's been there. These fools hit us with bottles. They throw urine and feces at us. And they just wait for the right opportune moment for media to just come up and be like, oh, look at these evil, awful Nazis. Oh, my God. And you stupid sheep out there that watch the mainstream media, you fall for it. You truly believe that there's like some uprising of Nazis and white supremacists. That is so far from the truth. It's absolutely absurd. It makes my soul sick to even think about it. People actually believe that there's like a clan of Nazis running up and down the streets, murdering black people and gays and Jews. Did you guys see that clip that came out a couple days ago of that kid at Berkeley University that this crazed liberal stole his MAGA hat and marched into the Student Life Council? Ugh. This guy is wearing a MAGA hat, and this stands for genocide. Fuck your freedom of speech, homie. It's genocide. These people really, truly believe that Donald Trump and Trump supporters are out there killing people. One person has died from a rally. And guess what? Heather Heyer didn't die from that vehicle. She died from a heart attack outside of the vehicle hit. Sorry, I'll tune into some of these chats. I'm sorry, guys. It's all right. It's all right, Amelia. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I will say it louder. Louder with Crowder. Thank you, Steven Crowder. Thank you for actually getting the actual truth out there. Guys, check out that video. I just shared it in the comments. Amazing job by Steven Crowder again. Again, we have this guy. I have a toolbox full of shit, and I got an assault rifle, an AK-47, and a sawed-off shotgun. And he hands him on air, live, an ice pick. This is Antifa. This is who they are. This is who I've been trying to tell you people what I've been dealing with over the past year. These people mean freaking business. And now they're out in the open actually saying, it begins November 4th. It begins November 4th. They mean business. But I do want you to remember, Antifa plays funny games. So let's not jump to this November 4th date and just start up in arms and getting ready for it. I think this is a date for distraction. I think they want us to get ready for that day so they can surprise us on a different day. I truly believe that. And why do I think that? Because they're in cahoots with the mainstream media. They're in cahoots with George Soros. They're in cahoots with MoveOn.org. Hillary Clinton now has a PAC proven that's funding them. Yes, this is a real thing. I'll share more links here soon in the feed, guys. But these guys mean absolute business. They want to kill and remove our duly elected president, Donald Trump. Not only that, they want to kill me, my friends, and you. They want to go after judges. They want to go after politicians. They want to go after police officers. This is going to happen all across the country. I don't know what day it's going to happen. I'm just not buying this November 4th thing. Remember, the 5th of November. Remember. God. Cobra Commander, hooded little commie bastards. That's who you are. And you got mainstream media out there like, oh, they're fighting the fascists. They're such noble people. And you know what you hear the media also saying is that Trump thinks that the white extremists are awfully good people. No. The minute that shit went down in Charlottesville, Trump tweeted out, I condemn hate on both sides. The minute it happened. And you got the media like, oh, when are you going to condemn it? When are you going to... It's like the same thing with David Duke last year during the election. When are you going to disavow David Duke? Donald Trump disavowed David Duke 20 times during one interview. And they kept coming up and asking the same question. It's bizarre world that we're living in. It's insane. Liberals actually believe this crap. They really think that there's like some kind of uprising of Nazi SSs running up and down the streets, murdering black people and Jewish people. If Donald Trump was an anti-Semite, why would he hire his son-in-law, who is an uber Jew, who married his daughter, Ivanka, into his cabinet? Get real and get bent. If Donald Trump was anti-black, why would he hire Dr. Ben Carson as his HUD overhead? Why? Yeah, he's such a Nazi and such a black-hating guy that he won awards in the 90s and the 80s for hiring so many from the minority groups. Oprah Winfrey praised the man. I'm digressing too far, guys. Yeah, I'll preach it. Yeah, Halloween. What? You know, but let's get serious here, guys. Antifa, my friends here watching from the Patriot Movement and Liberty Movement, we know what we're dealing with here, but these guys really mean business right now because their summer of rage that George Soros funded didn't really work out so well because we grew in numbers and stood up and said, hell no. Yes, recently last week at the Freedom of Speech Week in Berkeley, Yvette Falarca has been arrested again for assault and battery again, yet she's still employed as a third-grade teacher. Yvette Falarca is actually under investigation and trial for assault from an earlier event and rally. She's also one of the heads of BAMN, which is by any means necessary, which is just as much as Antifa as... Yeah, they're commie little bastards. She promotes violence on her webpage too. And guess what? She just got arrested for it again. Why? Because she was assaulting a transgender that happened to be pro-America. Antifa, you guys are... Oh, God. I don't want to call for violence. I'm not going to call for violence. These people are calling for violence. But yet, the mainstream media will tell you that, oh, all these hooded Nazis and we're marching through the streets like SS. No. I'm a biracial Hispanic man. I know friends that are African American, Asian, Middle Eastern even in the Liberty Movement. Yes. But no, if you turn on the nightly news like most sheep do when they come home after work and don't really pay attention to politics and what's going on in the real world, you listen to ABC and CBS and HuffPo and Salon and MSNBC and all this cute, cuddly, cute shit that's false. Now this, BuzzFeed. Yeah, BuzzFeed hates me, by the way. People really believe that there's like an uprising of Nazis in the United States of America when it's so far from the fact. Van says, start the helicopters. Hey, Van, them fucking rotors have been chirping for a minute, man. This is just my opinion, though, guys. This November 4th thing, I think it's I seriously do believe it's a distraction. I think it's going to come a couple weeks earlier. Let me remind you guys that this coming October is the 100th year anniversary of the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia. These communists are really up to some serious business. Don't get it twisted. That is what they are up to. And to think like, oh, they don't really know that. No, these little commies really do mean business. When you meet them on the front lines and you see them, no, they know what they're up to. They go on MSNBC or Fox or CNN. They're like, oh, no, we're not violent. We just oppose fascism and racism and extremism. But then when you meet them on the front lines at an event, they're throwing piss on you, throwing poop on you, shit on you, breaking bottles over your face, throwing fireworks at you, beating you with sticks and bats, pepper spraying innocent women for wearing a Trump hat. That is who the Antifa little hooded bastards are. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And I don't want to shut them up. I want them to speak as much of their crap and filth as they want to. Because America's waking up. The silent majority woke up already. That's why Donald Trump is the president. You little hooded little turds, go ahead, speak all you want. Why do you have to cover your face? Because you're scared of being called out and scared of being identified? You're pussies. You're cowards. You want to attack women, weak Trump supporters, because that's all you got. You can't take on the strength. But they really do mean business now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think this November 4th thing is the set date for it, but I think they really are up to it. We have commies in our government, our local government, commies in our schools. That's including preschools all the way up to college. That's not just any level of school. We have communists all over the place. Commies in our military. Did you guys see that story about that guy that just graduated from West Point? What was that last week? Spencer Rapone. Yes, Spencer Rapone just graduated from West Point, the esteemed military, school. Yes. In one of his graduation photos, he turns over his cap, his little military hat, and it says, "Communism will win." The next picture he releases is him opening up his graduation military suit, and it has a Che Guevara shirt. Well, guess what, you little commie bastard? The army is actually investigating you now. As they should. But that's what I'm trying to get to, ladies and gentlemen, is that you may not see it yet, but there are commies everywhere, and they're getting stronger, and they're feeling emboldened now. So like Van just said, start the helicopters. It's a cute meme, and it's funny and all, but we're going to need a lot of helicopters for what these little commie bastards are planning. Yes, Justin, thank you. Fight censorship and cowards hide in darkness. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly who Antifa is. They're too scared to actually call somebody out and fight like a man. They won't do it. That's why they throw feces at us. That's why they throw urine at us. That's why they come up on an innocent Trump-supporting woman that's just standing, she's got a MAGA hat on, she's looking this way, and they come up and they just pepper spray her from the side and the back. That's all they got. They're coward little pussies. But now they think they're going to start something. I don't think they realize what they're going to open up. Britt says hi. Well, hi, Britt. Yeah. Anywho, I wanted to talk about this Antifa crap. This is just, ugh. Honeybee. Like I was saying, they use these cute code names now and these super secretive messaging apps. Yeah. Honeybee, Comrade Honeybee has been arrested. Yvette Falarka. Ugh, that woman. Yeah, she's been arrested again. She's still on trial and charged for beating people up earlier in the year. And she's still employed. That's amazing. See, if you're a liberal and you beat up a bunch of people, you can still be employed. But if you're a conservative, libertarian, or not a commie, and you pull anything, your life is done. Done. You're unemployable. You're going to jail. Yeah. But if you're a liberal and you toe the Antifa party mind, you're given the keys to the world. Yvette Falarka belongs in that same jail cell as Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Ooh, guys, I have to reiterate one more time. Liberty Movement, my patriot friends out there, stay alert, stay vigilant, stick together, stop the drama with each other because these little commie bastards mean business. And they can attack at any time. And they are really looking at real attack plans. They are admitting themselves they want to physically remove our duly elected president. They want to kill police officers. They want to kill white people. Good Lord. Let's just go to their webpage real quick. I know I'm digressing too far, but let's just go here. All right, so I know my boys Logan and Seth went over this earlier, but yeah. So November 4th. On November 4th, you guys can check this out yourself. Go to www.refusefascism.org. They're going to have a little cute little pop-up that comes up like, will you stand with us on November 4th? Yes. So on November 4th, 2017, take to the streets and public squares in cities and towns across the country, continuing day after day and night after night, not stopping until our demand is met. This nightmare must end. The Trump and Pence regime must go in the name of humanity. We refuse to accept a fascist America. And they give us a cute little bullet points. You know, a nightmare, a nightmare, a nightmare. A nightmare. Immigrants living in terror. Their next step could mean detention, deportation, being torn from children and loved ones. Yeah, it's called immigration. Go to any country in this entire planet and just try to move in and demand free shit. Just try it. See what happens. A nightmare. Muslims and refugees demonized, banned, and cast out. I'm sorry. That Muslim ban that Donald Trump enacted is not a Muslim ban. You guys have seen the video that I destroyed those liberals at the impeach Trump rally? Yeah, it's not a Muslim ban. The top 5 most populated Muslim countries in the planet aren't even on this list. Indonesia tops that one. It's not a Muslim ban. It was a ban on 7 nations that we've been at war with for the past 16 years and bombing the hell out of them. Thanks, Obama. And Bush. We shouldn't be. Sorry. These people aren't our friends. We've been bombing them, killing their children. They don't like us. It's a bunch of nations that are hostile to the United States of America. That they keep actual radical Islamic jihadis. Why should we be demanding for them to come here freely? Let's just bring them all in. Just like Germany. Let's see how well that works out. A nightmare. Millions, children, the elderly, disabled, the sick, the poor, denied health care, food assistance, the very right to live. God, that's it makes me want to puke just reading this. They're so far from the truth. They don't even realize it. Millions, children, the elderly, disabled, the sick, the poor. Yeah, that sounds kind of like socialized medicine in the UK and other socialist countries, right? Where you're denied what you want, where you're denied that actual care that you need. Why? Because you're old and going to die, and the government now controls your body, now owns you, and can decide, well, you don't really need this because you're going to die anyways, and somebody else needs it. And we don't have the funds to give you that hip replacement there, Mrs. Smith. Yeah, socialized medicine works out so well that Venezuela has now exhumed all of the pigeons, all of the domesticated pets, and the zoo animals because they're hungry. That's how shitty socialism really is, guys. That's how it is. Yes, Daniel, you mean like how Hillary is still not in the government, not rotting in jail? Yeah, she is basically the shadow government. We just got proven this week that she's running a super PAC that is funding Antifa. She's still not behind bars. And Jeff Sessions is weak. Weak. We have all the info, all the evidence that we need to put her away. Same with James Comey. He's committed perjury. Barack Obama, treason. Bill Clinton, I don't even know where to begin with that one. All of them. All of them. You want to talk about Russian collusion? Look at the Podesta brothers. Hillary Clinton stealing the nomination away from Bernie Sanders. Seth Rich. The 4 other people that were coming forward with testimony on the Clintons. All dead. All suicide. Just nothing at fault here. There's no foul play whatsoever. And by the way, I got to remind you one more time, I am in great spirits and I have no intentions of killing myself or shooting myself in the back of the head 5 times. Yes, I am so tired of this horrible leadership too, Joel. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, and Jeff Sessions, you're weak. You were helping Trump during the campaign, like saying you're going to do this and we're going to lock her up and do that. Well, now that you're AG, now you want to go after marijuana? Really? What happened to locking her up? That's what we wanted. That's why we voted Trump in. Yes, Justin, we do need to stick together. We do need to stick together. Antifa, they're planning business, man. And if you're not armed, prepped, ready, food, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, society is always holding on by just a thread. It just takes a little kick to go crazy. We got liberals out there that over the past week just like, oh my God, Donald Trump just hates Puerto Ricans. All he cares about is those shitty Texans and those shitty Floridians, and he won't send aid to Puerto Rico. Well, he did. That's fake news. I'm sorry, CNN, MSNBC, HuffPo, BuzzFeed, now this. You're all fake news. Trump did send it. The fact of the matter is that our military and FEMA, they're spread too thin. We got hit with some serious hurricanes. But Trump did send the help. Yes, Justin, check out the laws in Mexico. They kick you right out of or jail. Yeah, you can't just up and cross the southern border of the United States of America and go into Mexico and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and squat here, and I deserve citizenship from you, and I deserve a free driver's license and welfare, and I deserve the right to vote. And yeah, you know what Mexico's going to say to you? Get the fuck out of here, or you're going to prison. The bombs haven't stopped, Joel, and that's right. And that is one thing I'm going to go ahead and pick on Trump for. I know he's surrounded by a swamp. I'm not just going to sit here and worship Trump. And his bombing of Syria, I didn't like that either. But overall, I know where Trump's heart is at. And it's not like Obama or Bush. I'll give you that. Or Hillary. Yeah, Loretta Lynch. Thank you, Evan. Yeah, Loretta Lynch deserves to be in that same cell big time. Do you guys remember that before the election when she met with Bill Clinton over their grandkids and golf at the Tarmac in Phoenix? Yeah, that's what they were talking about. No, we got proof now that they were meeting over saying, don't worry, we're shutting down the Hillary Clinton investigation. It's okay. It's okay that she deleted 33,000 emails that were subpoenaed under, it's okay. It's all right. Don't worry. You're going to win the election and everything's going to be fine. She's still not behind bars. Jeff Sessions is weak. I'm sorry. And if anybody deserves to be fired from the Trump cabinet, it's Jeff Sessions. Get Trey Gowdy in there and let's just get it over with. Yeah. Vote for full repeal. Yeah, thank you. And I'm with Rand Paul on this, and I hope he continues to push Trump on that because we didn't elect Donald Trump to get in there to fix Obamacare. We elected Donald Trump to get in there and destroy it. We don't want to fix Obamacare. We want our freedom back. Just because you exist does not give you the right to the fruits of my labor. I don't care. I don't hate the elderly. I don't hate anybody. But just because you exist doesn't mean you own the rights to the fruits of my labor. Okay? Libertarianism 101. Freedom 101. Taxation is, in fact, theft. And in nowhere in the Constitution does it say it's the government's responsibility to provide health care for everybody out there and take away from one person to give it to somebody else. No. You know what that creates? That creates rationing of health care. That creates even bigger price jumps. No. And good on Trump this week for getting ready to do an executive order, I think, which is around the corner, for allowing for insurance to be transferred over state lines. There will now be competition again in the market of insurance. Thank you. Good on Trump for that. Yes, and full repeal. I didn't vote for Donald Trump to fix Obamacare. I voted for Trump to obliterate it. And I will hold his feet to the fire on that. And I will thank, once again, Rand Paul for continuing to deliver on that fight. Yes, good to know. If anyone say Hillary wants to meet you, run away fast. Yeah, hell no. Oh, boy. I love you, my pretties. I'll get you and your little dog, too. We'll end up looking like Syria. Yeah, Joel, good point. Yeah. If we let these little commie bastards and the Marxism that's coming, it's being forced down our throats, I was sick of it. I've been sick of it. I had to deal with 8 years of Barack Obama just shoving socialist and communist crap down my throat. That's why we voted for Donald Trump. And we got to help him out, guys. You got to voice your opinions and let it be heard. We will not stand for socialism. No. But that's why you got libertarians, conservatives, ANCAPs, all sorts of people from the right-wing side of things joining together, marching together, getting together, because we're sick and tired of this. But you got mainstream media out there saying, oh, there's an uprising of Nazis. We're not Nazis. I'm a biracial Hispanic male, man. I just love my country. I love free market. I don't want to see my country get sold to the UN. I want America back. That's why we voted Donald Trump in. We let these little socialist bastards keep dividing us. We're never going to get it back. Donald Trump is a Band-Aid. It feels good right now because we put a halt to the onslaught of Marxism, but it's still breathing down our necks. And now you got Antifa out there openly just calling for a civil war. And I have to repeat that it's all too much to just be a crazy coincidence that we had Freedom of Speech Week in Berkeley and these NFL protests. And I'm serious about this. I will say this, very serious. Look at me, my eyes when I say this, that during when that first day of the Freedom of Speech Week started, I had like 200 of my friends on live video all day long at one given time. I couldn't keep up. There was no way I could keep up with Liberty Hangout or the Red Elephants. There was just no way. And just a day later, I'm in Facebook jail. All of these people are in Facebook jail. I still have friends in the Liberty Movement. We're going to Facebook jail. Guess what? No liberals are in Facebook jail. I want everyone watching this right now, seriously, find me one. Find me one liberal that was sent to Facebook jail. Think about that. Really think about that. We are under attack. And that's why I don't want you to take this as a joke, people. This is real shit. 1984 is here. You're not allowed to have a different opinion from the communist hive mind groupthink. You're not. And Antifa, you're not the anti-fascists. You're just little pawns in this game. Be prepared. Love everyone around you guys, because stand firm. Keep your head on a swivel, because they mean business and they're coming for you. They admit it openly now. Yes, thought police. Yes, it's real. I got thrown in Facebook jail because I reshared the video that I did back in July at the Impeach Trump rally where I was peacefully protesting, and I approached a group of people that were just there with F Trump shirts, and they couldn't actually give me an answer on why they want to impeach Trump. They couldn't. I know you guys have seen the video, my friends and followers here that have been following me. It got over 1 million views. I reshared that in a couple groups, and I got thrown in Facebook jail because it violates their terms of service. No, it didn't violate your terms of service. I was effective, and millions of people were seeing it. That's why I was put in Facebook jail. Yes, thank you, Daniel. Yes, right voice your opinion, and it's different from the Democrats. You are automatically a racist or white supremacist. Yeah, I'm a Nazi. I'm a white supremacist Hispanic. That's just how it is. Yeah, they're running out of words. We all know what the racist card in their wallet is, as soon as you get called that, you've won the argument. We know that. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to move on from Antifa, but, oh, man. November 4th might be a shit show. Who knows? Trump tax reform, we need it. Yeah, I'll be talking about that soon. Yes, it's looking good. It's kind of like the JFK tax cuts. Amen, brother. Thanks, buddy. And stick together, patriots, libertarians, conservatives, ANCAPs. I don't care. Just stop the drama, because if we don't, the leftist onslaught of hell is about to be unleashed upon us. Like I said, Donald Trump is a Band-Aid. It feels good right now because we can sit back and breathe, like, right? I remember, you guys, I know what it felt like. There was a November 9th on the election. I know. I was terrified that Hillary Clinton was about to be handed the keys to the United States of America, the most powerful country in the world. Hillary Clinton. Makes you want to throw up in your mouth, doesn't it? But waking up that next day, how good did that feel? Trump's not perfect. Trump ain't no god. He ain't the god emperor Trump. But what he does represent is the last breathing chance that we have at saving liberty in the United States of America. Because otherwise, we're going to fall to the UN and the commie bastards that want to rule this world. Yeah, Margaret. Yes, that is actually funny you mentioned that. I do want to talk about that because that's pretty serious shit. Margaret wants to talk about the SHIELD Act and getting our power grid protected. Yeah, we do need to protect that thing because just one EMP. Well, the liberals won't be prepared. I'll tell you that. I will be talking about that in a different episode, though, Margaret. Thank you. Carrying on, I do want to talk about Dr. Seuss. Yes. This is how sick the left is today. and it's not just in America, it's across the country, but Melania Trump is donating 10 different Dr. Seuss books to libraries all across the country, okay? So this certain cute little librarian today in, Cambridge, Massachusetts, a librarian under the name of Liz Phipps Soriro, she thanked Melania for the gesture, but said, "We can't take these books because of the racist tones that come with them. Sorry." No, this is a real story, guys. Go look it up if you haven't seen this yet. But yeah, Dr. Seuss is now racist. Yes, Dr. Seuss is not even safe from the liberals today. The left is on a book-burning tirade and march. They want to tear down their own democratic history by tearing down Confederate statues. They're all Democrats. They are on a march. This is Brown Shirts 1934. The Democratic Party is no longer the Democratic Party. I'm sorry. In the 1850s, the Democratic Party were openly admitting that they were communists. It's returned. It's in our face. They're wearing red bands, carrying the flag with the hammer and sickle. The only reason why this librarian in Massachusetts refused the donation from Melania Trump is because it came from Melania Trump. Melania Trump ain't a racist. Get real. We have librarians refusing to accept donations of books because it comes from Melania Trump. Well, I'm sorry, miss, but now you're in the news, and it's not good news. You're a book-burning liberal. Congratulations, you've been called out. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Melania Trump just wanted to donate some books, some Dr. Seuss books to kids' libraries. That's racist. That's white supremacist, and we can't have none of that. None of that. Just think about that. It hurts my head. It really freaking hurts my head. Now, if Yvette Falarca from California donated those books, nothing would have ever been known about it, right? Oh, but Melania Trump donated some Dr. Seuss books, so clearly Dr. Seuss is white supremacist. That's how sick in the head today's left is, ladies and gentlemen. That's how sick they are. The left is obsessed with skin color and identity politics. I can't. I just can't. Oh my God. Guys, like I said before, check out that Louder with Crowder special. You guys really need to see that. Because mainstream media refused. Steven Crowder did say, he offered all the media all the information he got. They all denied it. They didn't want anything to do with it, which proves my point. They're in on it. But as soon as something bad happens at a conservative rally, plastered all over the world. That was damn Nazis. Let's talk about that Trump tax plan. Justin, you still hanging with us? Yes. So, of course, the liberal leftist trash rags of media have come out saying that, oh, the 1%, this is a cut for welfare corporate welfare, and only the rich are going to get benefit off this. No. Stop. You know what's amazing is that the Washington Post did admit that Trump's tax plan will actually help boost the economy, very much so reduce the deficit. And then the Washington Post in the same article says that middle-class America doesn't want tax cuts. They just want the government that they pay for to work for them. Yeah, it doesn't work. Whenever throughout history has our tax money that's gone to the kings, the czars, the monarchs, presidents, prime ministers, I don't care what you call them, when has our tax money ever done you any good? I really want you to think about that. Oh, because the government loves you. We love you so much. It's not about taking care of you. It's about control and power and taking your power and your buying power. That's what it's about. That's why Obamacare is such a screw job, because it gives up the right to your human body to the government and taxes you to do it and redistributes your wealth to everybody else. Okay? Sorry, but Washington Post actually admits that the Trump tax plan will help boost the economy even further. I would like to say to you guys that, do you guys remember when Donald Trump was first elected? All the leftist trash out there was saying like, oh, Trump is never going to get the GDP over 3%. It's at 3.1% as of yesterday. All 8 years of Barack Obama never got over 3%. It's actually happening. We're actually having an American economy again. They're trying to shut it down. Daniel says, this was my first time watching you, Louis. You're a good guy, right on point with everything, saying what we all think, and actually have a chance of making it heard. I went and followed you, man. Look forward to your next broadcast. Got to go. Thanks, Daniel. Sorry I missed you saying bye, but thank you. I try my best. I'm not perfect, but I get on the ground. I had to sit there through 8 years of communist Marxism. I didn't like Bush either, you know, but when I was first able to vote when I was 19, it was my first chance was for Obama, and I had to deal with 8 years of that. I'm breathing a fresh breath of air right now. Mark says, we are living in the era of the Weimar Republic. Yes, we are. Thank you. And Liberty Logan brought that up earlier today. Yes, we are. And it's sick and sad. Someone's got to stick up and say something, because my generation, the millennials, you make me sick. All you want is free shit, and Bernie Sanders is your savior. Ho! Van, good to see you tuning in, man. The word liberal has been turned into socialist commie shit-eating Nimrod. That's pretty much on point. Well done there. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Yes, Mark, thanks again. The deep state is in on it. They want to kill our president. They want him out. He doesn't belong to their club, and they really did think that Hillary had this shit locked up. By the way, I got to repeat one more time. I am very happy and have no intentions of shooting myself in the back of the head. I don't want to kill myself. I'm very happy. And Hillary Clinton, you suck. Hillary for prison. Hashtag. Preach it. Thanks, guys. Yes. Depends on the monarchy. Yeah. I mean, I guarantee you I can get probably 10 people that are watching right now that are going to be pro-Pinochet, right? Yeah, start up the choppers, yes. I got to keep going with Donald Trump's tax plan, guys. Keep talking. You guys want to keep chit-chatting, I'll keep chit-chatting with you. But Donald Trump's tax plan, this is JFK, like, probably the only Democrat that I ever could really agree with. And they killed him. Make no mistake, they want to get rid of Trump, too. Trump's tax plan, what I'm really all about here is they're actually going to break down, they want to simplify the tax code. So instead of having, 20 different tax brackets or whatever the hell they have right now, they want to break it down to 3. So I believe it's 12%, 25%, and 35%. Yes. Also, not only that, for a single person, your first $12,000 you make in a year, no taxes. And for married couples, that's $24,000. Also, huge tax breaks for your kids. Huge. Home ownership, even bigger. This is not a decrease in tax for the rich and an increase in tax for the poor. This is a decrease in tax for everyone across the board. Our economy is about to go boom. I mean, ka-freaking boom if this happens. If this tax plan does not happen, it's Mitch McConnell's fault, Paul Ryan's fault, and the establishment Republicans' fault again. Surprise, surprise. A proposed 20% flat tax on all businesses. You know, I myself, during the election, I was more in favor of Rand Paul and Ted Cruz's tax plans, you know, the 15% flat tax and the 10% flat tax. That's freaking beautiful. But you can't get everything overnight. I get it. I understand. This is a good start. This is a good start. And you got Washington Post out there admitting that Trump's tax plan is actually going to do great for our economy. And yet they're trying to convince you that the middle class of America doesn't want a tax cut. Do you understand how sick that is? That mainstream media is actually trying to convince you that you don't want this tax cut. Follow the hourglass. You don't want to make more money. No. You want more government and to be more efficient. No, get the hell out of here. Let us be free. Open up the markets and shut the hell up. Get the hell out of our way. I'll decide what I want to do. I don't need you telling me what I'm going to do and what's best for me. Get the hell out of here. Sorry, I'm an American freaking citizen. I don't belong to the UN. I don't belong to you. Neither do any of my friends or family. Get the f out of here. Let's cut taxes. Let's open up them markets. Let's make America great again, huh? What do you guys think? Yes, Justin, thank you. Libs only believe in bigger state and only the state. Yes, that is liberals' a religion. That is what their religion is. They don't want you to actually believe in religion. You can't have freedom of religion unless you pray to Allah. They want you to pray to the state. That's who you need to pray to. It really is this simple. Democrats are always in a mindset of global government, thinking bigger and making the individual smaller. The right side of things is more about individuality, local government, small, regulated government. But the left has people so fooled, oh, we'll take care of you. Just give me your vote. Give me your money. We'll take care of you because we love you. No, I will make the decision for my own life. Sorry. Yeah, liberals, their true God is the state. And that's why I find it so hilarious that people in Antifa call themselves like ANCOMs. God, you can't have anarchy with big government. It's the most ridiculous, hypocritical, ironic statement. Putting no government and dictatorship in the same sentence, like, does not compute, okay? The same thing with those fools, Dankertarians and the Libertarian Party trying to start this Libertarian Socialist Caucus. God, those guys are nuts. And I'll call you out again. How are you going to have small regulated government when the centralized state owns everything, including your mind? Thought crime. Stop calling yourself libertarians if you're a socialist. Get the hell out of the party. You're retarded. Sorry, that's not a knock at mentally challenged people. You're stupid. Yes, Evan says it's easy to be a Marxist. Yeah, because it's the ideology of jealousy and hate. Marxism, communism, you don't actually want to produce anything. You're just sick and jealous of the other people that have done something with their lives. And you want the state to give it to you because you're so entitled. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Just because you exist doesn't mean you deserve the fruits of my labor. Sorry. Not going to happen. And nowhere in the Constitution or any liberty principle does it say that just because you're alive, that you're owed something from me. No. If I voluntarily want to help you, right on. I will do it. And those studies, you guys got to check these out if you haven't seen them yet either. There have actually been actual Harvard studies and Columbia studies that left-leaning people don't actually donate to charity. They don't actually contribute. They virtue signal about it all day long, but right-wing people give everything, do everything, voluntarily, not asked by the state or forced by the state. Don't get it twisted. Government, by definition, is use of force and bullying. But the left out there, they love it. They think it's great. We're just only 2 deaths away and 4 more laws away from utopia. It doesn't work like that. Human beings like to own things. Human beings like to make their own decisions. That's why we have come up with this country. We're not perfect. But if you compare us to any other great empire or any other great country in the history of humanity, we have uplifted the most people out of poverty. Capitalism isn't perfect, but we've killed poverty here. Okay? I'm sorry. Look around the world. We have people living in our country right now demanding we give all our money to other people. God. Forcing people or requiring them to do something doesn't work. What it does is it results in death. Communism and socialism, over 100 million murders in the 20th century alone. Oh, but you got your commie and liberal friends out there. That wasn't real socialism. We didn't have the right people. I'm sorry, you cannot abolish the state and expect not a dictator to rise. It's going to happen every time and people are going to die. That is why we believe in small representative government. A republic. The United States of America is not a democracy. It's a representative republic. And don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. I got to say it one more time tonight that we need to stop calling the Democratic Party, because they're not the Democratic Party. They're the socialist, communist little bastards of the United States of America. Just like in the 1850s when they were openly calling themselves communists. That's who they are. Just use sales tax. Ryan, that's awesome. And that was probably one of the only things that I agreed with that Gary Johnson was saying during the Libertarian campaign. I was a Austin Peterson guy. I'm sure you guys know this. But Gary Johnson was talking about abolishing income tax and all those taxes and going with just using sales tax, which I like that because you get to vote with your dollars and you're more. That's more freedom, right? And Gary Johnson's not being a UBI supporting libertarian. You know, I am not a Gary Johnson guy. Don't get me wrong, but that was one thing that I did agree with Gary Johnson was, yeah, just use sales tax. That's using free market. That's using voting with your dollar right there. I do like that idea. But I mean, to even get to a libertarian-ish like society, like it's going to take some steps. We can't just sit here as libertarians and just expect it to happen overnight. It ain't going to happen. And especially when you got people running the party like Nicholas Sarwark, that guy he belongs in Antifa. I'm waiting for the day when Nicholas Sarwark comes out and says, I'm leaving the Libertarian Party and I'm getting a spot at the DNC. That's where he belongs. And I can't remember the name of the guy, but he works for the Detroit, Michigan Libertarians, and he actually wants to recruit Antifa. Arvin Vora, these guys in the libertarian leadership, they keep, like, as soon as we get somewhere, we get one of these guys just shooting ourselves in the foot. Just, oh, we can't get any traction or ground. Oh, no, we just got to make ourselves an irrelevant third party again. Oh, let's just piss off all the military. Like, every time the LNC, the Libertarian Party, we get somewhere, we get one of these retards running the party to just blow up and just make ourselves look like fools again. It's sick and stupid. Podesta hired the killer of Seth Rich. Yeah. We have so much proof and evidence of shit with the DNC. I mean, Debbie Wasserman Schultz and her top aide, Irwan, and everything. And it just, why are none of these people locked up? Jeff Sessions, what are you doing, man? I had so much faith in you during the election. What are you doing? Cracking down on marijuana? Yes, John, there is teeth for Rand Paul. We have to shout out to Rand Paul. We got to keep giving him support because without Rand Paul, imagine not having Rand Paul in the Senate right now where this healthcare issue could be. I mean, it could be even more socialized medicine if it wasn't for Rand and even his dad. Libertarians, conservatives, independents, freedom, liberty lovers, where would we be without the Pauls? I mean, if you really want information on healthcare and what we should do, look to the actual eye surgeons and actual doctors. Ron Paul used to donate his time to free time to delivering babies after his normal job. 4 or 5 hours a night, delivering 2 to 3 babies a night. That was his voluntary, like, Ron Paul is not a statist Republican. Ron Paul is an American-loving, liberty-loving hero. And Rand Paul, they know what they're talking about. And I wish Trump would listen to them more. I know they are in talks about it, but yes, Rand is, God, we are so lucky we have Rand Paul in there. I just don't. Oof. Ted Cruz helps, you know. Mike Lee, yeah. But, you know, Amash, yeah. Thank God for these kind of liberty-minded Republicans because imagine where we would be. Do you guys really think Mitch McConnell would get rid of Obamacare? I love how people like Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan and John McCain, songbird trader, yeah, these kind of Republicans. Yeah, they're Republicans, all right. Yeah. They go and campaign to their fellow constituents in their own states saying, I'm leading the fight against Obamacare. We're going to get rid of it. If you vote for me, we'll get rid of it. But if you don't vote for me, we're going to have it forever. What happens when they get reelected? Oh, they vote to keep Obamacare. Ugh. We have the Freedom Caucus in the Republican Party now. And I hope you guys do check him out. I don't know if you guys agree with him or not, but Austin Peterson is running for Senate in Missouri. I hope you guys check him out because we could use one more of them in the Freedom Caucus. Yes, Mark, that is a damn good comment. They don't want the tax plan to happen. They will finance a civil war to stop it. Yeah, and that's what they're doing. That's one of the comments of the night. Thank you, Mark Grigoriev, I think that is. Supreme Leader Sanders. Yeah, that's what the commie little bastards did. They all just sit there thinking that everything's going to be free and that the government's going to give us everything, and Bernie Sanders is our savior, and healthcare is going to be great. We're going to get free education. Yeah, just, oh. I'm sorry. I have to apologize to the world for my generation. I don't belong in my generation. I really don't. But that's why I do what I do. It's people in my generation like that, and Antifa and these little Marxists that have. This is what they've created right here. Me. And then we will spend all your money. Yeah. I mean, I love how these little liberals like to say, oh, Denmark and Sweden, they're so happy. Yeah, they're being taxed at 60% of their income. They're not allowed to speak freely. If you're raped by a Muslim immigrant and you say something about it, you go to jail. I'm sorry, but socialism, it sounds cute and cuddly. It's like that fish at the bottom of the ocean that has that light hanging over its head. Here, we love you. Come here. Come here. We'll take care of you. Come here. Arf. Every time you get dictatorships. Like I've said, 100 million people perished under communism and socialism in the 20th century. But we have crowds, marches, just umpteen amounts of people filling up stadiums for Bernie Sanders, marching through the streets, beating up conservatives, beating anybody up because they think differently, clamoring for socialism. We want money. We want it now. It's like that J.G. Wentworth commercial, you know, with your structured settlement. It's my money and I need it now. Like, that's who these people are. They really think that the government's going to take care of them. When throughout human history has the government taken care of you? Oh, they'll take care of you. Off to the gulag. Yeah, Jack, I don't want to call for violence, but it's best to be prepared because it's going to get crazy. I know we're all taking a seat back right now because Trump, like I said, is a Band-Aid, but don't get me wrong. The left is on the march. Marxism and communism is on the march. Stand strong. Because when Trump's gone, what do you guys think is going to happen? Oh, man. I do want to go over some other news across the world today. Yeah, Trump tax plan. I'm all for it, baby. Let's get rid of that ridiculous code. I myself was all about Ted Cruz's. It'll be so simple. We can put it on a postcard and you just mail it at the end of the year. And it was a 15% flat tax. Loved it. No, he was the 10. I think Rand Paul was the 15. Loved both of them. Those are true liberty-minded people. Trump, it's a damn good start. And single parents like myself and homeowners, thank you. That's a tax plan. Julian Assange, WikiLeaks creator Julian Assange, is out there now saying that I will give you the information that you need to prove that Russiagate is fake and that the Democratic Party and the mainstream media and your ruling elite are full of shit. I will give you the information that you need if you give me the pardon. Well, he should already be pardoned because it was a bunch of crap to begin with in the first place. And we all know that the Russians didn't hack the election. There's no Russian influence. I am not a Russian agent, and 65 million other Americans aren't Russian agents. I can't believe I'm still having to talk about that, but people really still truly believe that Russia is calling the shots right now. Do you know how silly it is to hear that Russia is calling the shots because there's a Russian puppet in the White House? So apparently Russia wants to cut the United States of America's taxes. Russia wants to build up the United States military. Russia wants to make America great again. What? Oh, God. Spanish police today in Catalan have hijacked 6 million ballots. Why? Because Spanish citizens in Catalan are trying to succeed from their commie government in Spain. So, of course, the police state comes in and has stolen 6 million ballots and over 100 ballot boxes from this little small town. What's happening in Europe is coming here to the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. You know it is. God, you guys are all so great. Your comments. Justin, did you really vote for Ben Carson? Right on. How do you know they are Muslim? It's a good question. Because Muslim is a religion, not a race. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you guys for all tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. Your comments have all been great. And also, North Korea. We've all been talking about North Korea lately. North Korea is forcing their citizens to join the military by the millions now. It's just getting weirder by the day. I don't want to invade any country. I don't want to go to war. But when you're being threatened daily by a crazy maniacal asshole that's a third generation of a what do you call it, a dynasty basically of American-hating assholes that still have concentration camps, these people are firing rockets over our allies daily and daily threatening to nuke us and hit the American. Shit's getting weirder and weirder. Guys, I'm going to sign out here soon. If you have anything to say, just say it now. And yes, Justin, thank you for saying Rand for the win. Yeah, I'm still standing with Rand. During the election last year, I was a Rand Paul guy mostly the whole way through until those debates really started happening. And then I started going to Trump rallies, and I really felt it. I mean, like, it wasn't just what Trump was doing or saying. It was an American atmosphere. It wasn't just some politician going to Washington selling you a book of goods. It was a movement, and it's still a movement, and they're still trying to shut us up. Yeah, Evan, thank you so much for your insight tonight. And no, Mike, this is not on YouTube Live tonight. But yeah, guys, check out our YouTube channel, Major Libertarians. We are on YouTube. We are also on Twitter. Go check us out, guys. There are new social media networks coming up soon. We will be on there too. We have a Patreon. Go help us out, guys. All you got to do is search Major League Libertarians. Go help us out, please. We're only going to get better. We'll get to more events. We're growing. Logan and Seth are moving to Texas. I got backups coming up and growing and wanting to get into the movement here in Colorado. We're going to get bigger. We need some help, guys. And by the way, I have 20 shirts left. I have 10 mediums, 5 larges, and 5 smalls. If you want a Major Libertarian shirt, get at me. Message me privately. Ryan, I think a lot of people voted that way, and including a lot of Democrats, that you think we needed a businessman in the White House. That is why I voted. Yeah. Well, look what happened. All the leftists were saying when Trump was elected that, oh, he'll never hit 3% GDP. As of yesterday, he hit 3.1. First 9 months. Now if we get this tax plan in. That's why you got Republican establishment and Democratic Party hating Trump so much. He's not a racist. He's not a Nazi. He's not emboldening white supremacists. He's a businessman that loves America and was loved by liberals his entire life until the day he decided to put an R in front of his name and run for president. Really think about that. Liberty lovers, November 4th. Remember, the 5th of November. No, seriously, all jokes aside, love one another. Tell your friends and family you love them. Stick together. Keep your heads on a swivel and be prepared. I love you all, guys. Get some sleep, and liberty prevails. Until next time, bye-bye. And they go out and destroy private businesses, private companies that have nothing to do with anything you or I or them are involved in. They destroy them, completely destroying private property. So not only are they destroying private property, they're shutting down people's voice, opinions, and the right to assemble. Because, oh, they're hateful Nazis. Yeah, that's right. The gay Jewish white male Milo Yiannopoulos is not allowed to speak because he's a Nazi. Anybody right of center now, you are a Nazi, according to Antifa. I call them the hooded commie little bastards because that's who they are. They are openly promoting, even on their website, refusefascism.org. Go to it right now, guys. Go check it out. They are promoting open civil war. They've kind of toned it down in the past couple of days because people like me have been calling them out on it, but don't get it twisted. They still want to go cause violence. That's what they do. That is exactly what they do. November 4th, it begins. ... This nightmare must end. The Trump-Pence regime must go. Oh, my God. They're so concerned about some kind of Orwellian dictatorship. Where the hell have they been for the past 16 years with Barack Obama and George Bush? Good God. No, but they're openly promoting a civil war now, ladies and gentlemen. They were shutting down an interstate the other day, saying it begins November 4th. That's what they're saying. They're really calling this out. To overthrow the government. You go to their website, you can actually see them for yourself saying, we need to kill senators, judges, police officers, and conservatives and white males. God, they're openly saying they want to do said things, and it begins November 4th. Remember the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November. I know we've all seen, the V for Vendetta, right? They're totally hijacking that movie and Guy Fawkes mask. And under the rug and forget about. These people mean business. And just a few days ago, they actually shut down an interstate. I believe it was in California. I'm going to have to double check that. Fact check me, guys. But they shut down an interstate, holding up signs saying it begins November 4th. Now, that being said, this is another typical protest from the left, right? From the lefties out there, the Democrats, the liberals, and the antifascista. Yes, the anti-fascists. They typically like to shut down highways. So, thinking that you're going to shut down other people's freedom of movement and freedom of travel is going to get your point across. Yeah, good luck. So the other day, they actually shut down the interstate, holding up signs saying it begins November 4th. They're passing around flyers right now saying it begins November 4th. These flyers are saying this nightmare must end. The Trump-Pence regime must go. Say no. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. A special pamphlet from refusefascism.org, which is their website, guys. Don't get it twisted. They make it sound cute and cuddly, like we're resisting fascism. A special pamphlet from refusefascism.org. The crimes of the Trump and Pence regime and how to be a part of driving them from power. Doesn't it sound cute and cuddly like they're doing the right thing? No. We've seen what you've been doing over the past year. I've been there on the grounds. My friends have been there. I've seen what you've done to my friends. I've seen what you've done to me. I've seen what you've done to women out there, pepper spraying an innocent woman for wearing a MAGA hat, beating up innocent Trump supporters, chasing them down, pulling them out of their cars, dragging them out, beating them up, stabbing them with ice picks, pepper spraying them in the face, breaking bottles over their face, throwing M80s at us, beating us with sticks. These people are not anti-fascist. They are the fascists. We've been trying to have peaceful, and I repeat, peaceful speeches. They shut us down. They're not out there helping humanity. They're not out there promoting the freedom of speech and freedom of assembly. They're shutting us down. Not only that, they go out in their little hood. Just keep your head on a swivel. Yes, we will look forward to that day. But keep your heads, stand firm, stand strong, and stick together, because these guys, we know how they act. They're freaking crazy. They're off their fucking rocker. Excuse my language, okay? But this is the fact of the matter, okay? There are commies in our schools. There are commies in the military. There's commies in our government. And they're getting stronger, and they think that they can just keep uncloaking themselves and just coming out, and they're being emboldened by the mainstream media. The mainstream media is, in fact, protecting them, okay? You guys, I guarantee you, anybody watching right now that has anything to do with the liberty movement, they know who you are. You post anything on Facebook, they know who you are. And you've probably already been doxxed in some certain way or fact or form. Just be prepared. Be prepared. I'm not saying go out there and strap yourselves to the T, but you should already be prepared, because these mother effers mean business. They're not only just saying, they are getting prepared for it. So I don't know if you guys know who Steven Crowder is. He's a conservative comedian who's actually quite hilarious, but he actually just pulled another Shane O'Keefe from Project Veritas. You know, that guy that went undercover and got CNN to admit that the Russiagate thing was a nothing burger. Yeah. Steven Crowder just pulled the same thing. He sent his reporters in undercover to get with Antifa. You guys got to see this. I'm going to go ahead and share the link for the Crowder thing right now. You guys, if you don't see it right now, watch it after this broadcast, because you have to see this. I'm going to share it right now. What's up, Van? We got Liberty Hangout in the house. Yeah. Antifa means freaking business, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Watch it now and turn my crap lousy face off. That's fine, but watch it. Steven Crowder, Anonymous. Apparently Anonymous is okay with Antifa taking this over. This is crazy. Don't take this as a joke. Do you guys remember back in March when Logan and I went on live and we were saying, like, you know, George Soros and MoveOn.org, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, John Podesta, all these fools who are definitely in bed together, don't get it wrong. Do you remember when we were talking about the leftist summer of rage that was planned? Look what happened, guys. We had I guess you can call it a false flag in Charlottesville. We were set up. The Patriot Movement, the Liberty Movement, we were set up. The organizer of the Charlottesville Unite the Right event, the organizer of that event is actually an occupied Democrat. He worked on the Barack Obama campaign, okay? We were set up. That summer of rage did happen. We were right. And Heather Heyer or whatever, she didn't actually die from impact from that car. I will repeat that one more time live right now. She was never actually impacted by the hit on that car. She died from a heart attack outside of that crowd. So don't let the mainstream media continue to feed you this crap, saying that all the Nazis got one. There's a big uprising of Nazis. No. And those fools carrying tiki torches, God, really? Let's be honest here. The federal government has secret little clubs that like to carry tiki torches, and they like to burn a sacrificial lamb to a big giant owl. The media doesn't talk about that, right? That's called Bohemian Grove. I'm not going to go all Alex Jones on you with that, but that tiki torch shit was crap. Anywho, we have Antifa out there declaring they want to start a civil war on the 4th of November. I'm not myself buying this, okay? I think that date is a distraction. I think that they're planning it either earlier or after. They want us to focus on that day so that we're off guard. So I would like to remind my fellow patriots and my fellow friends out there in the Liberty Movement watching right now. Hey, what's up, Liberty lovers? It's Liberty Louie. I'm back in at it again. I got to go on tonight. I got to get some shit out. I got to let you know what's up. We've all known for a little over a week now that Antifa, antifascista, yeah, those little commie hooded little bastards, Cobra Commander, those guys. Yeah, we got to talk about those guys because a lot of people like to throw them under the rug, and they like to think that these little genderqueer and tolerant and loving and accepting and anti-fascist, like they're actually out there fighting and they're actually anti-fascist. No, sorry, they are the epitome of fascists. So that being said, over the past year during the election from a year ago up until now, we've seen what they've been up to. We've been there. I've been on the front lines. I've been there. I've been assaulted. I've been water bottles thrown at me. These people are insane. They're the ones out there preaching tolerance. I know you've heard their chants and their slogans, no Trump, no hate, no KKK, no fascist USA, no Trump. I know you've heard this. We've all heard this. In fact, though, we know what their real motives are. We know that they're full of it. They're so full of it that their eyes are brown. It's coming out of their ears. That's how full of it these people are. They are violent. They promote political violence. They are, in fact, a domestic terrorist group. That is who they are. Don't get it twisted, people. That is who Antifa is. We know that George Soros is heavily funding these people. MoveOn.org, George Soros, and now it turns out that there's actually a Hillary Clinton PAC funding these guys. Hillary Clinton, George Soros, Barack Obama, all of these people are heavily involved in this Antifa movement. This Antifa movement, it's not something that we should just shove